or should I say Happy New Year, and welcome to our channel. I'm Lin
And I'm Leo. We are hoping to take you through a 30-day yoga challenge. This is day one, where we're going to try and detox your bodies for you a little bit, just getting everything moving. So as we go through the 30 days, we'll work a little bit more on the twisting actions, which are very good on detox. Today we're just getting things going.
We're going to just get the body moving and get rid of any dullness. This is really suitable for beginners stroke general students.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with yoga, it might be better for you to have a look at our beginners section, or if you like a more structured aspect, then you can look at myogatutor.com, or indeed go to a local Iyengar Yoga teacher. Nothing can beat going to a class, but this is hopefully going to get you on the road to practice.
Yes, definitely. Okay, our first pose is Adho Mukha Virasana. So be on your mat, if you have a mat. Extend back with the big toes together. You can see here on Leo, she's kneeling back. Now, sometimes when you've got difficulty with the knees or the flexibility of the ankles, a little bit difficult to kneel back in this way, you can always put a cushion between the heels and the buttocks.
I'm showing with a brick.
Yeah, so you wouldn't actually use that, but you know, that's just to give you an idea of support. It's really important that the body feels that touch so that it can extend to somewhere rather than being stuck in the middle of the end, in the buttocks being stuck up. All right, so extending forward in this position. So what I was saying about the buttocks lifting, Leo will just show you the difference. This is what I was talking about. So you don't want to be in this position. You want to see that you're grounded back down and that you are extending either to a bolster, cushion, or something between your heels and the buttocks. Extending forward. And again, if you tend to do a bit of a nosedive down, like that, then you may need to have a cushion this end as well. So just have a look. So I'm just really covering this pose for bodies also which are a little bit stiff, and there's a bit of tension in the muscles. So extending in this position, just take a few longer, deeper inhalations. It's really a nice pose to start with. You can observe your breath. You can just get a little bit of motion in the body. From here, we're going to come for Adho Mukha Svanasana. So we come for dog pose. Placing the middle finger forward. So if you've not practiced this pose before, be sure that you start in this position, tuck your toes under and lift your buttocks up. Good. Now press into your palms and extend through the arms, through the side waist, up towards the buttocks. Lift the buttocks as high as you can, and then push those thigh bones directly back towards the end of the mat. So eventually you're looking to extend the sole of the foot so the extension comes into the heel. So we'll work a little bit more on this when we actually put up independent individual poses on our channel. So go and see that you push back so strongly. Bend your knees, Adho Mukha Virasana. So you know this little routine, Adho Mukha Virasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and then this time when we do it, we're going to bring in Uttanasana. Okay, let's go again. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. And then step the feet or jump the feet towards your hands. Uttanasana. So you can see here, Uttanasana is quite a deep hinging action on the hips if you find that your back is curving. So Leo will show you. Yeah, okay. So we've got to see that the shoulder blades have the room to reach towards the back of the waist. So you may need to have a couple of bricks here if you've got them handy, or you can put your hands to a chair or whatever you have handy, or your shins. Okay, and go on lengthening through the front body. Be in this position. Just take a few deeper, longer inhalations. Okay, so from this pose, we're coming for Parsvakonasana. Okay, so standing in the center of your mat, taking your fingers to your chest, take a breath in and jump the legs. Good. Go on extending through the arms, lifting up out of the pelvis. Now we're going to come to the turning of the feet, so turn your left foot in, the whole of your right foot and leg out. Lifting up out of the pelvis, keep the action in your back leg, bend your front leg. Just rest your right wrist onto your thigh for the moment. And now see if you can go a little bit further and take that right hand down to the floor. Now if it's a little bit too far, you can use a brick or a book or something to put your hand onto. When you're in this position, roll the top shoulder back and use that arm in the front to push the thigh back. And as you do, move that outer hip, right outer hip, deeply into the body. And now taking the arm up and over, extend it. Reaching all the way from the fingers, from the top fingers all the way down to the back foot bone. Keep the abdomen moving towards the spine. Take a breath in and coming up. Turning the feet to face forward. And now extending to your left side. So turning your right foot in. Lifting your sternum chest. Keeping that action. And now grounding with your back leg, back foot, bend your front leg. Rest your left wrist onto your thigh. Just be there for a few moments, still grounding into that back leg. Try not to take all the weight into the front leg. Otherwise it tends to go a little bit too far and into the knee, so you don't want that. To help prevent this action, you have to sharpen your action in your left heel bone. Push it down really strongly. Push back with your back leg really strongly. And now take your left hand either to the floor or to a brick. And again, remember the action using the arm as a fulcrum to get the alignment of the front leg from the front angle. Push the upper arm into the inner thigh, and as you do so, take your left hip in, arm up, and taking the arm over. Good. Be in that position, take a few breaths. So just hold it for a few breaths and then draw the abdomen back towards the spine and come up. Turning the feet to face forward, bring the legs together, and from here we're repeating Uttanasana again. So come straight into your Uttanasana action, folding forward, taking your hands to the floor. And remembering, as we said before, be sure that if it's difficult to reach the floor in this pose, then either put your hands onto the shin and keep the action of the chest extending forward. If you do have yoga equipment, then place your hands onto a couple of bricks. Or if you've got a couple of books which are the same size, then use those, but be in this position. When you come out of this position, you have to see that you come out with strong legs, legs lifting, abdomen to the spine, and come up, putting your hands onto your hips. Okay, we're coming for another lateral action now, Virabhadrasana 2. So see that you stand in the center of your mat, and take a breath in and jump the legs. Okay, so you should be feeling a little bit warmer now. So turning your left foot in, the whole of your right foot and leg out, lifting up. Make sure that you get this rotation of your front thigh. So Leo would just point this out. You've got to see that this rotation comes so that you can get the angle, so that the knee is in line with the thigh and with the top of the foot. Arms out. Take a breath in, sharpen your back foot bone, and then bend your front leg. And of course, if you find that you go too far to your right side, then you can place your foot to the wall. This is really quite a good thing to do because you're really pressing to the outer foot bone. And now with this action, keep this length along the back arm, back fingers, and then turn to look at your right fingers. Keep the glance. And then be sure that the buttock releases down a little, draw the abdomen in, Take a few breaths. This is a tough pose. Take a breath in and now coming up out of the action. Turning the feet to face forward. Okay, so we come to the left side. Right foot in and left leg out. Lift up, chest up. Okay, and again, be mindful of that back leg and the rotation. So this rotation needs to come in the thigh. You have to encourage that perhaps with your hands to teach the skin and the soft muscle fiber to rotate. Bend your front leg. Be in this position, extending into the arms. This back arm is really important. This will keep the steadiness in this back leg. So push into the fingertips so much, and then turn to face your front palm, so the left side. Soft inhalation, soft exhalation. Okay, just take a few breaths. I know it's quite challenging. And then taking a breath in and coming up. Turning the feet to face forward, we bring the legs together, we come back to Uttanasana. So we remember this action. So this isn't the classic Uttanasana, it is with the legs slightly apart. Taking the fingers underneath the shoulders. And go and see that you're pulling up the kneecaps and the thighs. Good. Sharpen the action in the sole of the foot, so you have to see that the heels are grounding down and lengthening. Go and see that you lift the abdomen, lift the buttock bones, lift the front thighs. And from here, you're going to come for Adho Mukha Virasana. So bending your legs and extending the arms forward. So just take a few breaths in this position. And remember what we were saying, you have to see that you ground back into the back of the thigh, the back of the buttock, and extend the arms forward. You can stay in this position for as long as you wish to. We're going to actually come out of Adho Mukha Virasana and come into a seated twist, Sukhasana. So it may be in this pose that you want to sit on a little bit of support, a blanket or a wooden brick. That's absolutely fine. So just adjust the position, sit up nice and tall. So we're going to turn to the right side first. So turning to your right, you can just take your left hand to your outer right thigh. Now you can see here, you can't see Leo's back hand, but it is touching the floor. If I was to do this, my hand would not touch the floor. So you might need to have a little bit of support, Leo's going to show you that. A little bit of support behind. So don't worry, it's sometimes with these poses, if you lift yourself off of the floor level, then if you've got quite short arms, then it's impossible to get the hands down to the floor. So you have to see that you get this nice action to your right, lifting your sternum chest, and then releasing the action, and we're going to the left side. So remember, when you're coming into these twisted actions, it's not all about the twist. You've got to get so much lift and elongation in your spine. So go and see that you're lifting in your chest and roll that back shoulder back and down. Good. And release it. Okay, so we're going to finish our pose work now with a bent leg Shavasana action. So you have to see that when you come into this position, you do engage with what you're doing. As you saw just there, Leo is extending her neck, and yeah, she's going to do it again, so you don't miss it. And then you're going to see that you roll your shoulders back and down and get this really nice opening in your chest. Once you're here for a little while, you just let the abdomen release. You can straighten your legs if you wish to, or you can keep your legs bent. And you can stay here for as long as you wish to. We are going to come out of this position because this is the end of our sequencing, but you can stay in a really nice Shavasana for a little bit longer than we have done, a few seconds here. But really, you're looking at a good 5 minutes plus for a really nice Shavasana which will release and settle your nervous system.
It's very good to incorporate a little bit of relaxation at the end of the or sequencing, so that the body can settle after those demanding standing poses. So we hope you enjoyed your first day. It's just been a short sequence that we've done today, and
Yes.
we're planning to do similar length sequences over the next 30 days, and gradually you'll build up your strength and your stamina, but also hopefully get rid of some of those winter blues that maybe have accumulated over the holiday period.
Definitely. And it's so good to get into this habit. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and thank you for watching.
Namaste.
Namaste.